Hey everyone, we'll give everybody a couple minutes to join. We'll give it one more minute, everybody. Thank you, everybody who's joined. Hey, Renee, welcome back. Khaled, welcome back. Joe, how are you? Where's everybody coming from? I'm in Colorado. All right, we got people from all over the place. Hey, Maggie from Florida, Joe from California, Khaled from Canada, Renee from Boston, Skyrider, welcome back as well from SoCal. Paul, welcome to the stream from Australia. It's like tomorrow morning over there. Or what time is it over there, Paul? Around noon? Around lunchtime or something like that? Welcome to the stream. I see a couple new faces. Maggie says, hi, thanks for your Bambu content. You helped us decide to order the X1C arriving this week. May not be able to stay for the live, but hope you'll post to your channel so we can watch later. Yeah, I post all of these to the channel so you can watch later, Maggie. I'm glad I helped you decide on the X1C, and I hope I help you get out there and print and make stuff. Honestly, that's my whole goal here is I want to motivate myself to make stuff, and hopefully you make stuff as well. So cool. Appreciate everybody's support. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out, though, Maggie. Just kidding. All right, so... And then Joe says this is his first time live. I've watched many of my videos. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the watches and the subscribes and my Patreons and all of that. I appreciate everybody's support. We didn't have too many people send in prints this week. So I'll show what I printed last week, and we'll go over a couple of different things. I'm actually printing tomorrow's video, or finishing up some of the prints for tomorrow's video, so I'll give everybody a sneak peek on that as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at a viewer print here, and this is from Lyndon, and he actually sent this in last week, or she sent it in last week, and I didn't post it on there, so sorry about that, Lyndon, if you're watching now or if you're watching in the future. Sorry about that. And welcome, Banshee Boys from South Carolina. And this is a cool little case for a flipper. And I actually bought one of these flippers here recently, and I've been messing around with that. It's pretty cool. And I'm actually trying to print a case for it, but this thing is so stupid and intricate in these places, it doesn't want to print it right. But I'm trying to print a case for this so I could have a custom one. But this is a cool, looks like TPU case for the flipper. Do any of you out there have a flipper or messed around with the flipper? They're pretty cool. They'll probably ban them pretty soon. I'm not using it to be nefarious with anybody, but I'm darn sure making sure my wallet is RFID blocking. That's for sure. And Chris said you just ordered 5 rolls of Bambu PETG. Looking forward to see if it's any good. Yeah. Same here. That's one of the things that we'll look at this evening as well. Is looks like they put some new colors out of that PETG. I might order some and do another video on PETG and print something with that. But I thought this was really cool from Lyndon. And then we'll go into, this is what I printed last week, and it turned out pretty good, except there's a couple of little spots where some red came in there. No print's perfect. And then that's what the bottom looks like. And that's why I like the PEI plate, is because it puts a cool texture on the bottom of these like that. Hey, Lenny, good name. Welcome back. And yeah, I just really like the texture that PEI plate puts on there. All right, so let's go to Bambu's website here. And to Chris's point there, that's cool that you ordered some of the PETG, because you'll see that it has a whole bunch of new colors with the PETG basic here. Or if they've had these, I haven't seen them before. But they're starting to get a lot of cool colors with the different filaments. You'll see the PLA basic has some new colors as well. Some really bright colors. One of the ones that I've ordered recently is this PC clear transparent. So I'll print some of this pretty soon and do a video on that. Hey, EQ3Q, welcome back. Has anybody tried the clear PC? If you watch the carbon fiber videos that I did, I printed out a spool cover out of PC, and that is the hardest stuff that I've printed out so far. I'm kind of excited to try this transparent. Specifically the clear. All right, cool. I'll print something. There's not going to be a video or live stream next week because I'll be at the NASCAR race in Chicago, but I'll do a video very soon on the clear. But I did print the spool cover for all of those carbon fiber videos that I did, Khaled. That's out of the white PC, out of this one. And that stuff is hard. If you need something that's super duper hard, that's what this PC is. But I haven't done the clear yet, but I do have a roll of it. And Skyrider's printed a couple of rolls of the Sunlu clear PETG. Works well. You know, this might be good for printing the diffuser for like a lithophane or some other type of, you know, neon light type of thing. That's what I was thinking it might be good for is, you know, if you're doing one of those lights or something like that, it might be good for that. Or I know you can just use the white or whatever, but this clear PC may last a lot longer because it's super hard. Did you order the clear PETG? So they have clear PETG as well. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, I do see that. Yeah, transparent. Interesting. Yeah, it does look pretty good, Chris. I would agree. Send in a print of what you print with it. That'd be cool to see. And Maggie ordered the carbon fiber small rolled. Did you order the X1 carbon with the AMS bundle? I think it comes with a small roll of, mine came with a small roll of carbon fiber with the AMS bundle. No, it is those drone. I didn't show a video of the spool, Khaled, but it is in those videos. That's the white thing that I put over the spool. But I didn't do a video on printing the actual spool. Yeah, they have some interesting colors. A lot of the stuff that they're coming out with has some interesting colors. Like I do have this red and blue of this PLA CF. I haven't printed anything with it yet. But that gray one does look crazy too. This one, or clear black. That one looks crazy in the PC. It looks really cool. And then EQ3Q says, I did try PETG this week. Black Overture prints really nice. Messed up my Dark Saber print during gluing fail. I just saw the PETG options for the first time now. Yeah, they've been... I'm going to just start checking in on the store every week during these live streams because they've been putting some new stuff in there, which is pretty cool. I think the examples are down on the page and they have a profile set up already in the slicer. Yeah, the profiles they have are pretty close. Of all of the, I've done some of the calibration on the Bambu filament with the Orca slicer, and I haven't had to change too much for the PEI plate. And then Lenny asked, what do you use the PETG filament for? I guess it's somebody type in here a smarter answer than I got, but I think there's different characteristics of it. I print mainly PLA. Mostly everything I have is PLA. But I guess there's some specific use cases for PETG. And then Chris, have you tried the metal bamboo filament? Yes, it looks awesome. I did, I think in one of my the one where I made like the little tags of each of the filaments, I think I did the metal one in there. But I have the blue and I think the gold of the metal, and it looks really, really good. And I think I have the silver as well. And if I might reprint a Mandalorian or a different one, and I would use that metal silver for the Mandalorian. It looked really good. Oh, it only came with miscellaneous samples. Yeah, I got the PACF, which they don't even make anymore with mine, Maggie, but that was back in December. The EMS comes with 4 blank bamboo spools also. Yeah, mine came with that as well. Outdoor use for PETG. Okay, I didn't know that. Thanks for that answer, Colin. And then EQ3Q PLA Pro and Plus is mostly my go-to. Haven't done carbon fiber nylon, still looking for a really good brand. Yeah, the bamboo wasn't bad. I haven't printed very much carbon fiber either, and I usually go with eSun's PLA Plus, which is pretty good stuff. And Maggie, PETG does not melt in the car, also good to know. So yeah, lots of cool new colors. The silk is really cool as well. I've printed a couple of things. The little samples of the silk looks really cool. These metal ones look really cool. I have this one and the blue one and this brown one here. I want to try this red marble. I might order that pretty soon and do something with this. The ABS, they came out with some pretty cool colors with the ABS as well. And then some more of the sparkle. I think we saw that last time. The one thing that I didn't find is the backlight for the lithophane. Still no backlight for the lithophane. And it looks like they just still have the same little accessory bundles here. But as you guys know, the accessories that I recommend are get a full hot end and extruder and everything with the fan, so you can quickly change between 0.4, 0.6, and if you want to do the lithophane stuff, the 0.2. And then the other things that I recommend are the cutters, these thermistors, and the hot plates or whatever, and these silicone deals here. I don't know that you need the rest of this stuff. And I guess these stickers for the cool plate as well. You probably need some of those. And then Skyrider says, besides outdoor use, it's really good at heat resistance, much better than PLA. And Chris said you got the red and black sparkle. They're so pretty. Yeah, I used I did some of that sparkle on the those little sample deals as well, and it looks pretty cool. I haven't printed anything with it. Do the metal have any in the filament or just the color? There's no metal in there, I don't think. It's just like a color. It's just a shiny color. There's no metal in those metal ones. Where is it? Yeah, there's not any metal inside of there. It's just the sheen or the shine of it or whatever looks like metal. It does look cool though. That one looks really cool. That one looks cool. That one looks cool. But yeah, I didn't see anything new or of interest, but if anybody's new here, get spare extruders, this hot end. These complete assemblies aren't bad right here for $30. You get the hot end, the sock, the fan, thermistor, and everything on there. I have multiple 0.4 nozzles because you're going to use a bunch of those, and if you get one clogged up, you don't want to stop printing for a week while you're waiting on Bambu to send it and UPS to lose and find your package. So I definitely recommend a few of the 0.4 nozzles, at least 1.6, and at least one of the 0.2 nozzles. And then these stickers, you know, my cool plate one lasted probably 4 or 5 months before I had to change it. Anyone have issues with time lapse? I get stuck on loading file list when I try to view my media. No, I never have that issue. That's a weird one. What type of SD card are you using? Are you sure you're using the right type? And it's not too big or too little or something like that. That usually causes those. Or if it's not formatted correctly. Yeah, the blue looks pretty freaking cool. If you want to post pics, EQ3Q, you can send them to my email, lindizzleprints with a Z instead of a S at the end at Gmail. I'll type it in the chat. Wow, we have 17 people on here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Be sure to hit that like button. There's also a dark blue in the matte PLA that looks interesting. Let's see which one you're talking about there. Is it this one? The matte ash gray? Or it's a dark blue, you said. Oh, this one. It's not even on here. There it is. Matte dark blue. Whoa, that looks cool. That one looks really cool. Do I know any? So Chris asked, do I know anything about the expansion board for the X1? I've seen some stuff about it on the wiki, but nothing else. No, I haven't seen anything about that. Yeah, that blue looks crazy. That's a cool. They are coming out with some pretty cool colors. This red is really good. This red is one of my favorite from the matte and the PLA basic, but they came out with this dark red too that looks good. Like, they come out with some really cool colors. I must admit that. And they're constantly putting some new colors in here. And then Benny, hey Benny, welcome to the stream. And Benny says, I'm considering the Bambu X1 Carbon, so I've really been interested in these vids. Been looking at Bambu Wiki all the time, trying to learn. Yeah, welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. One of us can answer. Or I can answer whatever. I've had mine about 6 months. I had a 3D printer before and was super frustrated with it because I had to tinker with it so much. I've been super impressed with the Bambu It's not tinker free, but definitely a little bit more user friendly for sure. Yeah, send us a picture, Khalid, of the dark blue. I'm really interested in that. I'll tell you what my favorite kind of bluish gray color is. This one. Let's see, they don't even have it on there. Yeah, it's this one right here. This blue gray. That's the one that I printed those tool holders out of. Man, I printed, I think, 3 rolls of this blue gray already. This is one of my favorite colors. I really like the blue gray. That's the one that I printed the stone of that castle that I printed on live stream. That's the color that I used for the stone. I really like this color. That one and the red are 2 of my favorite colors in the basic. Yeah, I'll keep ordering their filament if they keep them in stock. Yeah, it seems kind of hit and miss sometimes on keeping stuff in stock. But, you know, within a week or 2, they get it back in there. You just kind of have to plan ahead a little bit. I've thought about changing filaments to a cheaper brand, but I think it's worth the extra money for the RFID and tuned profiles. Good points. Very good points. Yeah, that if you guys are looking for a cool like blue gray color for like stone and things like that, this one looks really cool. I don't know why, and it prints in a really cool color. I don't know, it looks really cool. This one looks really cool. One of my favorite ones. And then Maggie, if you're still out there, have you been 3D printing before? It sounds like you've done some 3D printing on a different 3D printer before. And then, yeah, I went through here looking for that lithophane light. One of these days I'll get it, or I'll just build one myself when I get time. But I went all through here. Nothing on there. All right, and it looks like my print just finished here. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what tomorrow's video will be, and you'll notice that this is one of the calibration things. And I'm actually doing the calibration test on TPU from Polymaker. I did leave a link to the filament that I'm using in there right now. But this is for tomorrow's video. So we'll be seeing if we can calibrate TPU in there and see what that process is like with Orca Slicer and the PEI plate. Oh, you had is that pronounced Chitty or whatever, X Plus? I've heard about those printers. I haven't tried one. Is it a good printer or no? Then Skyrider says, I have a project doing 50 helmets starting in a few weeks. I'm definitely going to be order extra hot end assemblies and extruders. Yeah, I'd be doing a few of those. Can't afford downtime and learn the hard way, not having a spare. Yeah, I definitely have a few spares doing that. Definitely would have a few spares. What kind of helmets? Like for... what is that called? LARP or whatever, live action role play, like for like, sword fights and all of that cool stuff and chainmail and all that? Or what are you printing the helmets for? It's very interesting. And then Maggie says she has experience in the past with maker spaces, etc. Cool. Cool. Welcome to the channel. Looking forward to your input. And I do have the filament on the side of my deal. And what's weird is whenever I try to sync it, it won't go down to just one spool or whatever. And I have my AMS completely disconnected right now. Good enough to hook me on printing and then order a longer LK5 for your brother. That's funny. I have the longer laser engraver, and that thing's pretty cool. The 20-watt. It cuts through plywood pretty good. It's pretty awesome. I've been making some cool things out of wood with that. That's where I know longer from. Yeah, you've had a couple. Wow, there's a couple of Maggies in here. I'm getting mixed up. Maggie Honda said had a Raise E2 Flash Forge. Just donated them to school. Purchase X1C. Having fun with it. And Skyrider, do I watch Stefan CNC Kitchen? Great test of filaments for strength and stuff. No, I haven't watched that channel. I don't watch a whole lot of 3D printing channels. It's just really a hobby for me. And I'm just really documenting my experience with the printer and, you know, just trying to do some cool stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. It sounds like you do, but that's kind of my take on it is I'm just documenting my experience. And then Maggie says, suck your husband in too. We have the live on our TV with me in the chat. That's funny. That's really, really cool. Let me check something here. Hi, other Maggie. We've got both coasts covered. Maggie from coast to coast. That's funny. And then Benny asked, do you use the Bambu bed plates and stickers, or have you tried Idea Form or Wham Bam PEX beds? And if so, are they any better? I heard some Bambu beds might have slight warp. I haven't heard of them having a slight warp. So the one that the X1C comes with is basically the engineering plate, which isn't a sticker, and it's kind of a plate with a little coating on it. And then on the other side where the cool plate is, there is a sticker on there of what the cool plate is. And same with the high temperature plate. And once you use those a little bit, and you know, if you use the scraper a lot, you might actually accidentally tear those, and you can replace it that way. So you do use it is a sticker kind of, but it's like the whole plate or whatever. I might do a video on changing that, a short one, because it's not all that hard. So yeah, the high temperature plate has one as well. I haven't tried the Idea Form. I have done the Wham Bam. I did the Wham Bam on my old Creality. And then I do have a video, Benny, if you look back, it's been a couple of months. I do have a video on the Wham Bam. I do have it for the Bambu. It leaves like a glass finish on the bottom. It's pretty cool. If you need like a glass finish on there, that one's pretty cool. You don't have to use glue with it, except for with PETG. I kind of messed mine up a little bit because I didn't read the instructions, which is also another fun part of my journey in videos. But yeah, you do need to use glue for PETG on there, but not for PLA. And it like leaves a glass finish on the bottom. It's pretty cool. And EQ3Q says he ordered the new Garolite G10 build plate. Waiting for it now. That's interesting. Somebody else had mentioned that as well. I haven't seen that one. I'm pretty sure you can use PETG on the textured plate. Khaled. Actually, I think we can just switch this to PETG and look at that. Interesting. Why is there no PETG in here? So if you don't see the filament that you want to use in there, you always want to hit this little gear right here. Yeah, post the Garolite one as well. Oops. Okay, PETG basic. So textured plate, high temp plate, engineering plate are all the ones that you can use the PETG with. So it does work on the textured plate. And all I did here was just go into one of the filament settings and choose the PETG. If it shows 0 on one of these plates, that means you can't use it on that plate, or it's not recommended on that plate. The plate that comes with the X1C, on one side is the cool plate, and on the other side is the engineering plate. You'd be super interested to see the Garolite EQ3Q. Let's see. He said that she sent an email. Let me check that out real quick. Yeah, I don't see anything in my inbox just yet, EQ3Q. And then I use no glue with my PETG and use the cheap $15 AliExpress one. I haven't printed too much with those cheap AliExpress ones, but they work. They work just like any of the other ones. The Bambu slicer has been defaulting to 65 degrees, and when I go to print, I get a warning that I should open the door. Interesting, Khaled. Is that on specific filaments or anything like that? Are you going in here and changing the filament stuff? These temperatures right here, your nozzle temp. The other thing that you might try is a factory reset on it. They did a couple of updates here pretty soon. You might have got a bad update or something. You can do a factory reset on it. That might help it out. I'll give it like 2 minutes, EQ3Q, and I'll go check my email again. So Paul says it's not the flex plate that warps. Some Bambu hotbeds arrive warped. Whoa, I haven't heard about that. You know, I've never put like a straight edge or anything on my heat bed. That's interesting. I'm actually, that's got me interested. I'm going to go put a straight edge. I do have a really good high dollar straight edge out in my wood shop. I think I'm going to put one on there. I'll let you know. That's good to know, Paul. Thank you for highlighting that. Everybody go put a straight edge on your heat bed and see. I haven't seen any like warped prints or anything like that. Yeah, Skywriter. I use the cool engineering plate sometimes as well. The Wham Bam, like I said, it puts a glass finish on the bottom. But the cool plate and the engineering plate just put like a really nice, it's not so shiny, but it's smooth finish on the bottom. And then the texture plate puts like a little texture on there. It's on the Bambu filament. Yeah, I wonder what's going on there, Khaled. That's interesting. I would look into maybe you changed one of these or something, but I don't know. I don't even think there's like a place for in preferences or anything. There's not even a place for that. I don't know of anywhere else where you could like set that, you know what I mean, accidentally or something like that. User error or user not knowing what 9,000 buttons to push. We'll blame it on that, Khaled. How about that? Still using Orca Slicer. Need to learn support blockers so I can make a Mando helmet. Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, we still have a couple minutes here. Let me go to printables. And I can show you how to do the support blockers. That's not that hard. Let me just find some kind of random thing to print real quick. All right, this crazy thing right here. So it's going to want to put all kinds of supports right here, right? On all of this. So whenever we slice the plate, I actually don't have support turned on, I don't think. Let's go back here. Enable support, and then we'll slice it and we'll see all that support right there. You see all of that? EQ, 3Q. All right, so how you block the support is support painting right here. And then, so say like we didn't want it to go right here on this piece right here. You right click and you see how it turns red. If I left click, it turns green, and that forces support. Right? Left click forces support and it turns green. So if you definitely want it to support this piece right here, then you would paint it green like so. But if you don't want support on there, you're just going to right click with the mouse and paint everywhere where you don't want support to be. And I think you can even do fill as well. And you just right click instead of left clicking on there, and it'll do the whole little thing. All I'm doing right there is just right clicking, and you'll see that it turns red. And if I hold down the right click, I can do that. So now we'll see when I slice the plate again, it blocked in all of those areas, almost all of those areas there. And you'll see that there's a couple of things left. That's why it had some on there. And what I do is just hold the fill and the right mouse button down. So let's see, it shouldn't have anything in there now. Still a little bit, but that's how you do it. You just right click on it and play around with it. That's not that hard. And you can change having a circle, right? So you see the circle size there. You can change the size of that circle or whatever and do all of that. But it's not that hard. All right, I use metal spatula for paint. Didn't know you could right click, super useful. Yep, I accidentally figured that out. I forget what it was you know where I figured that one out, Khaled, is on the Snoopy. Cause that thing on that Snoopy one that I printed, man, that thing it was like twice as much in support as in the filament to use that thing. So there were a couple of spots where I didn't want the support to be, and I spent a little while trying to figure that out. But yeah, it's right click, and I accidentally figured that out. Yeah, so if you're doing a helmet, like probably up there at the center is probably the only place where you want the support. Most people don't realize because the leveling works so well. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Paul. That's why I'm going to go put a straight edge on there, because I do the bed leveling every single time. Oh yeah, I didn't see your answer to that, Skyrider. Let me scroll back up. Yeah, I still don't see your answer, Skyrider. Sorry. And another cool thing with deals like this, let's say you wanted to paint some of this a different color, you can do that as well, which is kind of cool. Especially with things with a lot of triangle deals like that. You can really go in there and do some cool stuff. That looks crazy. Oh yeah, Skyrider, I don't know that you can paste a URL in the chat. I think YouTube will block that. I think I'm the only one that can paste a URL in there. And then Benny, thanks for all the plate suggestions. I saved those as bookmarks to research for when I get the X1. See, I'm going to have 20 bed plates. I have like 10. If you look at my earlier videos, I did a bunch. There's like some $16, $15 ones. I think some of us have the $15 one from AliExpress. They work pretty good. My favorites are the Wham Bam, the PEI textured plate, the cool plate, and the engineering plate. those all work really well. I have the high temperature plate, but with all of the other ones, I really don't have a use for it. Alistair, welcome. Let's see, you're doing Ralph McQuarrie Super Trooper, cool, and Boba Mando, cool. Send pictures of those for sure. Yeah, that's probably why it didn't post Skywriter, is the link in there. I'll look in, well, yeah, that's probably a good thing to not let these scammers be posting links all over the place. Not that you're a scammer, but yep, love the cool plate, engineering plate as well. If you use filament, you only need one plate. I've never heard of filament. What is that, Maggie? And then we have Michael from Fort Worth. Thanks for all the videos. Thanks for watching. Looks like we had 27 people. Wow. Be sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out if you're liking the content and everything. And then Khaled, do you know if the lithophane prints would work with the translucent colors? I would imagine they do, but you use the 0.2 nozzle and it's only a 0.1 millimeter layer height. So, you know, this is just I still have, this is still loaded with the lithophane stuff in there. This is just normal, you know, basic stuff, but it prints so thin that it's somewhat translucent. But I would say you could play with those in different, you know, colors, different translucent stuff to get some different effects out of it. So it definitely would be something that I would recommend playing around with, Khaled, and trying different colors, different types of things through there. You'd probably get some pretty good results from it. And then Chuck says, I see a link to recommend Paramount filament, but it is too large to close the lid. I did have the same problem. If you do the Hydra hack on there, I think it will work with that. Paramount has the coolest colors, some of the coolest colors, like for skin or for like army men or like camouflage and different stuff. They have some really cool colors. Or if you're doing characters like the Simpsons or whatever, they have a really cool yellow for those. So the reason why I recommend Paramount is just for the different colors that they have. But yeah, I had to respool and do all of that as well. But it's the colors for Paramount, and it prints really, really good as well. And Joe says, I believe your moderators can post to the chat. That's funny. I don't have any moderators. I'm the moderator. That's funny. And I don't know how to moderate. And then Paul says there's a setting in the slicer to only put supports where you paint them. Where is that? Yeah, I don't see that setting. Where's that setting at, Paul? That'd be a good setting to have. Because, like, if there's one little tiny little thing that you can't see right here that's exposed, then it puts the whole thing there. That's what it kept doing on the Snoopy one. Full-of-Flex 2.0 magnetic flex plate made using thick spring steel and thick PEI coating. Yeah, I haven't ever heard of the Full-of-Flex. I'll have to check that out. I have not done the Hydra mod yet, Michael. I plan on doing at least one of my AMSs with the Hydra mod, just so I can have, there's the Paramount's not the only one that doesn't fit in there. There's a couple of other ones that don't fit in there. And then there's wider ones, smaller ones, and everything in the Hydra mod is supposed to help out with that. But I have not done that yet. Yeah, that's I think the ideal setup, Michael. Definitely one with, one without. The other the other modification that I want to do to the AMS is the little containers for the reusable desiccant, like the little desiccant trays that you can put in there to where you can use the reusable desiccant. I want to do that modification as well. Can you do that one on the Hydra mod as well? What does it do for the desiccant trays on the Hydra mod? I haven't looked into that too well. When I get back from the NASCAR race, I have that whole next week off, so I'm gonna be printing and recording a lot of videos that week. We might do the Hydra mod during that time, and some more of the lithophane. I might do the electronics on the lithophane. And Chris says he has a spare AMS main board if anyone needs it. I think somebody last week was had to replace their motor and maybe even the main board. Hume Bean has desiccant trays that work with his Hydra. Interesting. Does he have that posted on Thingiverse or on printables or something? Printables. Awesome, yeah. Anyone know how support will work after warranties expired? Here, I'll show you. You're probably not going to like this answer, but let's say something in your AMS breaks. Here's all the replacement parts for it. That's how warranty is going to work afterwards. And as a matter of fact, I called support on this when I had this go out in one of my AMSs, and I actually ended up cleaning it and fixing it, and it was just dirty. But I called support on this, and it's still within warranty, and they said that this was a consumable part and it wasn't covered under warranty. Jerks. But yeah, you're gonna pay for everything is how it's gonna work after warranty ends. $206 for this bundle. They're smoking something. And the Poor Boy channel just subbed your channel. It was your video about the new Orca slicer that got me away from Kira, and I absolutely love Orca. Yeah, I do too. I want to get some other 3D printers in the future that I can use with Orca slicer as well. That's another kind of cool thing about it, is it works with the Bambu, but it works with and the Bambu Studio works with a whole bunch of stuff, but the Orca slicer works with a whole bunch more. And yeah, I used to use Kira as well when I was printing with Creality, which I liked it, but I think Orca is better. It has some cool stuff in there. The calibration stuff is really cool as well. About the desiccant, I haven't ordered the stock Bambu, but I'm thinking about it. I use little bags that the filament come with. Yeah, that works. I need to buy a hydrometer or put a hydrometer in the AMS. It has one. Let me go to, when you go to the device, oh, I don't have my AMS connected, but there's a little thing on the right hand side there. Let me make sure you guys can see what I see, and you don't. There we are. Yeah, right in here there's a little thing that'll show what the humidity level, or not what the humidity level is, but it'll tell you green, yellow, or red, or whatever. Oh, Skyrider. Yeah, did you get your print? Because I remember it broke at like 89% or something. Did you get your print going and everything? The poor boy channel, it made my Trident zoom. That's funny. EQ3Q cabin humidity. Yep. No problem about the typing. You can use 2-color desiccant, orange, green. Yeah, that's the stuff that I want to use. And recharge it back to green or whatever. Yeah, I think you can like put it in the oven or something, or just let it dry out, or there's some way to get it back to that. That's what I want to use. Or starts orange, goes green. Yeah, I think there's one that's orange and purple and something like that. But yeah, that's what I want to try as well. There's a mod that contains a hydrometer and desiccant container. Interesting. That's a good one. Hue Forge worth it? No idea. Paul seems to know about Hue Forge as well. Microwave works as well. Yep. Yep. Ooh, the extruder was stuck. That sucks. Sorry about that, Skyrider. It happens. Filament painting is cool. Are you talking about this? Yes, the filament painting is cool. The triangle one is super cool as well. And I bet you could get in there and get some pretty interesting designs. I don't have any really super cool colors here, but you can do some cool stuff with it. I've done a couple of videos of that, some of my really old ones. Microwave for what? For the desiccant. So whenever the desiccant, that reusable stuff, it turns green or whatever, the orange, it turns green. Once it turns green, you can just pop it in the microwave and it'll recharge it back to orange, and then you can put it back in there. And I think you can put it in the oven too, microwave. There's different ways to dry it back out. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody. Our hour is up. I'm running out of things to talk about here. I appreciate everybody joining this evening. Again, next week, no live stream and probably no video. I'll be traveling. But I'll see you guys the week after next. And hopefully everybody gets some printing done. Have a great week. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Khaled. Yeah, I'll take some pictures of the race and show you guys on the next live stream. Thanks, Skyrider. Oh, EQ3Q sent us an email. Let's check that real quick before I leave. See if it came through. Oh yeah, super cool. Let me download these real quick. Really cool. What are these printed with here? These Batmans. I like these little things. These look cool too. And Joe says the desiccant stuff is in the printables. Bergman 1896 is what the Mandalorian pistol is based from. That's cool. I didn't know that. This looks pretty cool too. That turned out really cool. Look how smooth everything is. That looks really nice. Airbrush. All right. Cool. Triple color silk PLA. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sending those in. Marble white PLA cheap stuff. That's the best kind. Those turned out pretty cool. I like these. Those turned out nice. Yeah, all those look cool. Look super cool. All right. Well, Puerto Rican coaster for a friend. Awesome. That's what these are, right? Yeah, those turned out really nice. They look cool. All right, well, let me finish tomorrow's video and get that thing uploaded. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week. See you in a couple of weekends. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for sending those in, EQ3Q. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody's support. Have a great week.